The top 5 ways to get unstuck when you are pursuing your non-clinical career pivot. Top 5 steps to get you some quick wins and to get unstuck. First and foremost, just to introduce myself, for those of you who are newer to the group, I'm Dr. Sandy Coleman. I am a board-certified internal medicine doctor / hospitalist, practiced hospital medicine for about almost 13 years. And pivoted to a non-clinical career almost 2 years ago. It will be 2 years in January of 2026. Top 5 steps that I would take if I were restarting my non-clinical career pivot journey. These are steps that I take my clients through. They are tried, tested, and true. So step number 1 is to try to narrow down your non-clinical options to about 2 or 3. One book that I've suggested a lot since I started this group is this book by Dr. Sylvie Stacy, 50 Non-Clinical Careers for Physicians. I really recommend this book as a nice little guide. You might want to check ChatGPT for some updates on some of the salary ranges, but this is a really great just book as a little guide to give you an idea of what's out there, because it's not just utilization management or pharma that you can do. Sure, those are 2 of the most popular paths and there's nothing wrong with them. But, while you're kind of doing this preliminary mindset work, take a look at this book or similar resources to get an idea of what's available to you. So this is number 1. I want you to explore, to research your career options, pick 2 or 3 that you're going to focus on after you've done your research. We're going to do our research and narrow down our list to 2 or 3 because we're going to need to narrow it down a little bit to do the next steps. Step number 2, you're going to convert your CV to a resume. You can do it yourself. You can use AI. Most of you probably know that I do have a digital pivot toolkit with a lot of tools to help you get some of these things, some of these steps done that you need to get done during your career pivot. So you're going to need to convert your CV to a resume. There are also professionals who do this, resume writers. I used a resume writer when I was making my pivot, and I've used her ever since then. And so you can definitely do that. There are a lot of professionals to help you with that, or you can DIY it, whatever fits you. But it's important to have a resume. And one difference between a CV and a resume is that your resume is going to be shorter, most likely, than your CV. Some of you may have a long CV. Not all of us physicians have a long CV, but if you do have a long CV, your resume should really be 1 to 2 pages. It's going to focus on those transferable skills and projects that you have spearheaded, committees you've been on. When you're going from a CV to resume, you have to always keep in mind that the person who is looking at this resume will, number 1, the first eyes to look at your resume probably won't even be human eyes. You're going to have to make it through for a lot of these companies, the AI system, especially if you're applying blindly. If you're applying blindly to a position, you definitely want to make sure your resume is loaded with keywords. That resume is easily scannable by a layperson. So the first human who looks at your resume probably won't be a doctor, so you want to make sure that they're able to see how your clinical skills translate to the particular job that they're looking at your application for. Next, you're going to want to work on polishing your professional presence. This is so important, and I'm going to be going a little more in depth one of these days in the future on how to polish your presence on LinkedIn. So you have that resume in hand. You can even upload it into LinkedIn, and LinkedIn can pull out a lot of information and help you to build your profile. Don't forget about the banner section at the top. There are a lot of templates out there on Canva and websites like that. Also, don't forget to have a professional looking headshot. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And nowadays, with all the AI tools we have, it should be pretty easy to convert a nice selfie into a corporate headshot. If you want to know more about how to do that, just DM me or comment below. I also have a YouTube video on that, so I can also drop the link to that YouTube video. So polish your professional presence. I do have a tool in the Digital Pivot Toolkit that will walk you through the process of updating your LinkedIn. And this is also something that I help my clients with. But this is very important, whether you DIY it, however you get it done. You want to make sure you have those keywords embedded all throughout your LinkedIn profile. And that's why the step of converting your CV to a resume and picking your top 2 to 3 non-clinical alternatives is so important, because that's how you're going to know what the keywords are that you need to have throughout your LinkedIn profile. Tip number 4, and this is the most fun one, but the one that many of us dread the most, is make real life connections with people. In other words, network. I know that's a word many of us don't like, but network. Just get to know. These are just regular people, other doctors, people that you would have been rounding with if you were working in the same hospital or consulting or what have you. So go on LinkedIn, find people who have already pivoted to the profession or to the career path that you're interested in, and just reach out to them. Get a casual conversation started in the DMs. And you'll be surprised how many of them are willing to hop on a phone call or on a Zoom, but you can just exchange numbers and just talk to each other on the phone. And if you do get a chance to connect with them, get your questions together. What do you want to learn about their field? Like, what do you want to learn about their experience in their job, about the steps that they took during their pivot? I think one of the best ways to start out is to look for former colleagues or fellow alumni from schools that you attended and start there, or look for people who are connected to people in your network. But even if you can't start there, hey, don't be shy. Go ahead and just go for it. And then tip number 5 is to apply with purpose. And when I say that, what I mean is when you're applying for a job, when possible, try to connect with someone in the company, try to network with someone in the company, like the page on LinkedIn. You'll be surprised how many recruiters have reached out to me and have mentioned that I liked the company page on LinkedIn. So apparently they do get alerts and they do get notified when you follow and like the company pages. So that does matter. Apply with purpose, lurk around, see who works there, connect with them, ask them questions, reach out on LinkedIn, at least follow the page. And, there are ways to be organized about how you keep track of your applications. And I do have application trackers available. It's available with the toolkit if you sign up for the digital toolkit, or you can just DM me and I can just send you the link. I'll be happy to share it, because it's really nice to keep track, because you want to know, okay, what applications have I put in? Who are my connections? When should I follow up with them? Has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks? Believe me, it can be very easy to get kind of disorganized and forget which job you applied to when. So don't be overwhelmed though. It sounds like a lot of steps, but really you just take them one step at a time. My number 1 piece of advice is treat your career pivot like the project that it is. Set aside time in your calendar as often as you can. Literally make an appointment with yourself in your calendar to get certain things done. If you all would be interested in like a co-working session where we kind of just have a little time as a group together, a few of us put the music on and get some things done, I can definitely do that if enough people let me know that they'd be interested in something like that. If you have any questions, or if you got anything useful from this. And again, the book that I recommend is 50 Non-Clinical Careers for Physicians by Dr. Sylvie Stacy. I connected with her on LinkedIn. I let her know what a resource her book has been to our group. All right, reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.